Made up of over 4,000 islands, Cuba is actually an archipelago in the Caribbean Sea that is host to a variety of ecosystems. It boasts some of the healthiest coral reefs in the Caribbean, as well as wetlands, forests, and even caves. And each of those ecosystems sustains a large biodiversity of flora and fauna. That includes species that are endemic to Cuba. That means that they are only found in Cuba. To give you a perspective of this with numbers, 31% of the 38 mammal species found in Cuba are endemic. 78% of the 140 species of reptiles and 95% of the 59 species of amphibians in Cuba are only found in Cuba. And about half of the plants found in Cuba are also endemic. So as you might guess, learning about the biodiversity in Cuba is fascinating for conservationists, biologists, and all sorts of scientists. But doing scientific research in Cuba hasn't always been easy. From a historical perspective, the US has had a trade embargo with Cuba since 1962. And while that embargo was not intended to affect scientific research, it did have an impact, and that impact was largely economic. For example, Cuban scientists had to rely on non-US sources of equipment for their labs, and travel restrictions made international collaborations between US scientists and Cuban scientists very difficult. But there are collaborations, and the results of these scientific efforts have been very exciting. The American Museum of Natural History has had a long-standing collaboration with researchers in Cuba since the 19th century. Throughout this partnership, scientists from Cuba have traveled to the American Museum of Natural History to work with the collections and conduct scientific research. And similarly, scientists from the American Museum of Natural History have traveled to Cuba to conduct research there. One such trip was taken in 2015 to document biodiversity in Humboldt National Park in Cuba. During this trip, which only lasted a few weeks, researchers were able to document numerous species of amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. At one site, they even tripled the number of known mammals in that region. Among other things, they documented 150 different species of butterflies and 3 new species of spiders. Their trip highlighted the importance of collaboration and the value of protected regions like Humboldt National Park, where focused conservation efforts help to protect the biodiversity. The research group hopes to plan another research trip in Cuba in the future. What do you think they might find? This has been brought to you by COSI, a nonprofit science and technology center in Columbus, Ohio. If you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Also, please consider a donation to COSI so we can continue to engage, inspire, and transform lives and communities by making science accessible to everyone, everywhere. For more information, visit cosi.org/support.